Hello everyone and welcome to a new Sketchup speed build. Today I'm building my second ever skyscraper in Sketchup. A few months ago I already built a skyscraper, which was my first one obviously, and this is the second one, which I think might have even turned out to be even cooler. It is a little bit more realistic I think, which is pretty cool I think, because the last one was kind of realistic, but still the shape was like kind of creative and kind of not so realistic maybe, and this one is a little bit more realistic I think, which is only a good thing, which I'm happy with, and I hope you'll like this as well. If you'd like me to build more skyscrapers, by the way, you can of course let me know in the comments down below, because if many people want me to build more skyscrapers, I'll definitely do that. But it's not that I will like only build skyscrapers or only build houses. I think I'll just combine those two. I already have another idea for a new house in Sketchup, which is going to turn out to look pretty cool I think. So I'll definitely just keep combining those two. But if you'd like to see me building more skyscrapers, I'll definitely try to do so. But yeah, this skyscraper, as I said, is really different from the last one. It's a little bit more realistic, since the shape is just like, if you look at it from the physics side, is a little bit more realistic, and it would actually be possible to build something like this I think. Though of course, yeah, it will most likely not be built like in real life, so that doesn't really matter. But of course it's always nice to have something which looks kind of realistic, because then, you know, yeah, the idea behind that is just kind of cool, or at least that's what I thought. But yeah, I must say that I'm really happy to see that very many people actually watch these Sketchup videos, and that people really like the videos just overall, and people are really, not very many people actually know Sketchup, and I'm really happy to see that people are actually like getting to know the program by watching my videos. I always get the question on, like, I think nearly every speed build, what type of or what version of Sketchup I use. I use the free version, because that's just fine to do anything I do. Of course the rendering program I use is expensive, or you can go for something cheaper as well I think, but in order to get those realistic renders, that's a little bit harder to do. But you know, just the program which you see right now, just Sketchup, is free to download. You can also download or buy the pro version, but that costs like, I actually don't know, it's either like 120 or 500, but I don't have that pro version. I'm just perfectly fine with this, as long as you're like not a real architect. I think the normal version, so this one, which is called Sketchup Make, as long as you're not an architect, this version is just going to be fine for you. So don't worry about that. And I think like very many computers can actually also handle this program I think, so it shouldn't really be a problem I guess. You know, if you have like very many games on your laptop and it's not that strong, maybe it can't handle it, but you know, if your laptop can even handle games, I think it will definitely be able to run this as well. But I would say just download it and then find out whether it works or not. But yeah, as I said, is it hard to use? For me it's not, but I think in the start you just have to try around a bit. I might make some more tutorials of Sketchup in the future, but you just have to like look around, use every tool and see what it does, and in that way you'll definitely get much further in Sketchup, and in that way it's actually quite an easy program. You know, the pro version is pretty hard I believe, though I've never used it, but I've seen some tools and I was like, I wouldn't know how that works. But yeah, you know, if you want to use this, just start trying it out, and I think that's like the best way to learn. And otherwise you can look up some tutorials. I have done some tutorials on Sketchup I believe. I'm not actually sure whether I've done like a basic tutorial in which I like go through all the tools. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, and if I haven't, then I should probably do that soon. But if you'd like me to do that, please let me know, because then I will actually make such a video. But anyways, about the skyscraper, I just started like kind of building the shape here. You actually see that it's like going to be quite a tall building. I prefer to not go for something which looks too tall, simply because in that way yeah, in my opinion, I can't make like good looking renders of it in the end because it's like way too tall. And if you have a picture of something very tall and furthermore there's not that much around, it's kind of a boring picture and kind of a boring rendered image. Yeah, therefore I decided to just go for something which is not that tall. Just imagine it being kind of tall, and it is. It it's still pretty tall, but it's not like the tallest building in the world or anything. But that's not really what I went for actually. Here, by the way, I might kind of made kind of a mistake with the copying, but I fixed it here, or at least I fixed it. I just did it again, but correctly this time. So yeah. Please let me know what kind of videos on Sketchup you would like to see me doing, and also what kind of builds you would like to see me doing. Of course, modern buildings, there's modern houses are things I do quite often, but if you want me to do more skyscrapers, just let me know. Also, if you have like a SketchUp job kind of thing you would like me to do, you can always email me. The email address is in the description down below, and then you can just message me there regarding anything regarding like SketchUp, and not too much like questions, like more if you have like a job for me to do, or just you want me to make a design for you or something, then you can message me there. If you have a question, a general question about SketchUp, you can just put it in the comments, and I'm like nearly sure that people will actually respond to your comment, and otherwise I'll just respond to it if I can. But don't use that email for just regular questions regarding like what version do you use, or things like that, because I just don't have time to answer all those emails, unfortunately. But as you can see here, yeah, the shape is kind of getting there. I had some struggles getting the shape right when it comes to like those diagonal parts, because the idea is that you have like all those things which are still wide will like become glass, and it's kind of like a cover around just the regular skyscraper. So I decided to actually build the cover first, or a part of the cover, which is made out of glass, with like areas kind of in between, which are the things I'm currently making, and then just making the regular tower with like apartments or whatever in it, that I would make that later, and I actually did that in the end, and I think it turned out to look pretty cool. And yeah, it was kind of hard getting the glass right, because when rendering it for some reason, or just the program did it right, but I didn't really know how to get like the settings right for everything. But like either the glass was too thick, so I couldn't really see the mother through it, or it was like too transparent. So things like that were things I had to deal with. But I think in the end this just turned out to look pretty cool, and it's kind of realistic in the end. For the thumbnail, I think you've seen a picture, because therefore you've probably clicked on this video. I decided to go for like a background of like New York, and I also saw a really cool picture of like concept models, or just kind of the concept of New York. They've built the One World Trade Center now, so the replacement, or just the new World Trade Center after what happened on 9/11, and they're planning on like making like very many new World Trade Centers or new buildings, and kind of modern buildings in New York. So I looked up some concepts, and I saw a really cool concept of just the skyline with the new buildings in New York, kind of the renders of that being in it, and that really looked cool. And I felt like this building would kind of fit in it, because those buildings are really made out of glass a lot, and this one will definitely be as well. Here we go with the glass, and I think after doing this glass here, I'm actually starting like the apartments which are going to be put in the actual building, because of course you want to have like, there has to be something in kind of the cover of the building. That's what I thought, and that's definitely a thing. So I decided to make that now and then just copy it. I actually used what many of you always ask me to use, like groups or components. I'm not sure which one I actually used here, but I'm not sure, either a group or a component. It's the one with which you can actually change one of like the entire group, and then the rest of the group is being changed as well. So maybe I think those of you who know something about SketchUp will know now what I'm talking about. But anyways, as I said here, we're just building like the apartments, or like I'm not really sure whether I would like make the interior like an office or like apartments for this building. In the end, I just decided to go for something. And if, of course, if you want to like, it's to your imagination, you know, this is not really going to be built, so I didn't really have to think about whether to fill it with offices or apartments. But I think this would be quite a good office building actually, simply because it is, yeah, it's like very modern, and I just imagine there being like a very big, like, you know, multinational company in there or something, which would be awesome if that would happen. But yeah, I decided to just make it look nice, and what it will be used for, yeah, I don't really matter about that for this building actually. So yeah, here I just still had some struggles, I believe, with the group component thing, but I think in the end it just turned out to be cool. And I must admit that using components is indeed so much easier when it comes to copying and changing something to like the entire model or just the one component part. So that's pretty cool, and that really helped me actually making the building of this like kind of easier. It was kind of hard to build this, or at least the point with building skyscrapers is that, you know, because it's such a tall building, and of course if you want to make it modern, you have to do like very many things like exactly the same every time. And I think also with this building I could have done it so much easier, but I just simply don't know how to do that. Maybe I should once look into how to do that, because that would really save me so much time. But you know, making that kind of cover, which you see is made out of glass, making that just took so much time, and it's such repetitive work, it's kind of boring doing that, I guess we could say. So yeah, it would be so much better if I would actually know what I could actually do to make that work faster. Therefore I've also cut out some of the parts of this video, simply because otherwise it would really be like way too boring. So here I'm actually just making the roof, I think. And I came up with the idea, maybe you've seen it in Singapore, I saw some pictures of it. In Singapore you have like a really cool rooftop infinity pool. Infinity pools are like really cool anyways, but especially if you have like a view over the entire city. So I decided to go for like an infinity pool over here as well. And also for the roof I tried to do like kind of a cool shape. And I think in the end the shape is really cool and kind of, you know, yeah, kind of different and something new, I guess we could say, or at least in my opinion it is. It kind of looks like a crown, I guess we could say, but not too sure. But I just like the look of it, and I think in the end the building just turned out to, yeah, look really cool, and that's, I think, what's most important. But yeah, anyways, please let me know what you think of all these videos. Would you like me to do like more SketchUp builds, because that's in the end what I would really like to know. Would you like to see more SketchUp? Because then I will actually make more SketchUp videos, because I personally really like making it. Of course I have like Sims videos as well, which I'll of course continue making. But yeah, I could actually like make SketchUp videos a little bit more regular as well. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say in this video. Is there any... Yeah, that's the point when it comes to SketchUp, you know, with the Sims 4, every time there's like new updates or new content or new expansion packs, so that's something you can talk about. And I'm used to like kind of introducing the new news. But yeah, I don't think with SketchUp I should maybe look a little bit more into the news, but I think there's not that much news going on there, you know. They have the program and they're fixing like bugs, but furthermore there's not that much added. The idea, by the way, about this, what you're currently seeing is that there's like kind of a garage at like under the skyscraper, which is what you see very often, and that's like that very detailed dark blue part. But yeah, here we're just kind of adding some like ladders and stuff to the building. But yeah, in the end then that's it, I guess we could say. We're very close to the end, so I'll show you some renders in a few seconds when we're done building this. And yeah, after the renders this video is done. So by the way, if you wonder what rendering program I use, I know I say it like nearly in every video and still people don't know it. And maybe I shouldn't say it at the end, but the rendering program I use is iRender Next. You can look up their site, renderplus.com, and I also make rendering tutorials for them. So if you have that program, you can check out those as well. Or if you are looking for a rendering program, you can check out iRender Next. But anyways, these are the renders of the building of the skyscraper, the second one ever. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I really enjoyed building this one, making the video. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please let me know what you thought of it. Leave a like, subscribe so you see every video I upload once it comes out. And then I hope to see you back later.